Should you buy the VinFast VF8? After owning this car for 3 months and putting about 2,500 kilometers on this car, and I have driven this car almost every single day in the last 3 months. And today, I'm going to give you the yay or nay, yes or no, buy or not buy recommendation for the VinFast VF8. And I'm gonna give you my rationale as well. So let's get to it.
Hey Tom Peng, love what you're doing on your channel, buddy. Super congrats. You know, giving your time and energy to nonprofit business channel. Look, man, keep driving that audience. So Tom Peng, look forward to spending some time with you. I know you got the right mindset, so I'd love for you to share some of that from the big V. God bless, be great. 10X.
Should you buy the VinFast VF8? Let's consider that question for different markets. One for Vietnam, and let's say for the rest of the world like Canada and United States, Europe, and other markets. Would I buy the VinFast VF8 in Vietnam? And the answer is a categorical yes, all right? Why? Because there is no car that can give you 402 horsepower, 5.5 second, the level of performance you cannot buy with the money that you pay for this VF8. So what I'm saying is that this is actually a great value here in Vietnam. In Vietnam, you cannot buy another car with this level of performance. VinFast has come a long way in building the charging station coverage across Vietnam. And I can say that I have no issues finding fast charging stations here in Vietnam whenever I need them. And this improvement happened so fast that 8 months ago, the charging infrastructure was not that well developed here in Vietnam. But today, I can truly say that you can find charging stations pretty much anywhere for VinFast cars. And the range, this car has a Tom Peng tested range of 250 kilometers per full charge, but driving like Tom Peng, right? So other people would get much better range. And frankly, anywhere 300 kilometers plus, I think is more than adequate per charge. Even my Bentley doesn't get 300 kilometers per full tank of gas, right? So 300 kilometers, if you can get that in the VinFast VF8, and I think most people can do that if you don't drive like Tom Peng, then you know, I think it's more than adequate. So for Vietnam, this is a no-brainer. You should get it. Everybody should get it. And this is good for the environment, and it's good for your pocketbooks, because you know why? Electric cars costs less to operate, and also there's less things to break down. Well, actually, I'll take that back. All right, there's in theory less things to break down because there's really no gears in the transmission, and there's no like all kinds of oil need to add to the engine, right? There's less things, less parts, and in theory less maintenance, and in theory less things to break down. But this is just the right thing to do. Now, about the rest of the world, North America, Canada, United States, I'm not so sure. After driving all sorts of EV cars in Canada, I have to say that VinFast still has a long way in terms of being competitive compared to the other EV makers, particularly Hyundai, particularly Cadillac. And even comparing to Tesla, you know, there's still some distance there in terms of catching up, in terms of technology, comfort, luxury, and even performance. So the only thing going for VinFast, I think, in the other markets is that it is a Vietnamese car. It is distinctive. Nobody knows what this is. And when you see a VinFast on the road, people are gonna ask you, what is that? What is that car? And then you get to tell people, hey, it's a EV made in Vietnam. It's electric, and it's a conversation piece. But other than that, I don't think this car competes very well against the other brands and makes. So I'm not so sure that in North America this car would compete well. But that's okay. There's always gonna be other cars. There'll be the next generation of VF8, the VF8 Gen 2 and Gen 3 and Gen 4. I believe that VinFast is going to play the long game, and eventually they will get this right. But for the immediate future, I think it's going to be challenging for VinFast. I would not recommend buying this car right now for North American market. I would wait a little bit until they address some of the hardware and software issues, and maybe improve the range by using a different battery technology, and just making this car better. I would say if you are in the North American market and you're looking for an EV, I would hold off the VinFast brand for now, and maybe come back and revisit the VinFast brand in a year or so. And finally, what kind of people should buy the VinFast VF8? If you're like me, and I don't mind going to the service center regularly, and I don't mind having things broken once in a while, and I don't mind going through all that process in order to support a new pioneering Vietnamese brand, a Vietnamese made EVs, then the VinFast is perfect for you, right? If you want to be part of that journey, I think you will love VinFast like I do. But if you're the kind of person that expect that a car should work perfectly after you buy it, then this is probably not the car for you, because this is a brand new EV just introduced to the market, and it's destined to have some problems, and you gotta have the patience to go through the process of getting all those issues fixed. And by doing so, you're helping the manufacturer, and you're helping everybody so that they can get a better quality product in the future. And one thing I have learned about the VinFast community is that we all got into this knowing that this car is going to have some problems, and we want to support each other. There's owners clubs spawning up in Vietnam. They support each other, they talk to each other, they go out, have long trips together, and they do this because they believe in the car, they believe in the brand, and they don't mind going through all the troubles, but because they believe in a future where Vietnam plays a significant role in the development of electric vehicles. And that's why they're in it, and that's why I'm in it. So if you're like me, you will love this car, and you will love every problem you encounter with this car. But if you're not that, then you may not enjoy it. So should you buy this car? Well, it's not so clear cut. It really depends on what kind of person you are and what market you're in, and why you're buying this car. Are you buying it to support Vietnamese electric cars? Are you buying it to be a pioneer? Or are you buying a car because you expect the car to take you from point A to B reliably? Always. It depends on why you're buying that car. And for me, I'm buying this car to support Vietnamese manufacturing. I'm buying this car to support Vietnamese brands. I'm buying this car to support Vietnam and development of technology here in Vietnam. That's why I'm in this, and I'm willing to go through the troubles. All right, what about you? Take some fucking action, consider whether you should buy a VinFast VF8 or not, and don't be a fucktard.